Welcome back to the Aberdeen Audiology channel. I'm Dr. Tom Goyne, Chief Audiology Officer at Aberdeen Audiology. We have offices in Wayne, Malvern, Westchester, Pennsylvania, the western suburbs, of Philadelphia. And we also have a lot of telehealth options. So really, if you're anywhere in Pennsylvania, we might be able to help. Just give us a call or send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. What I wanted to talk about today is to really answer a question that we get quite often, which is, what do I do during a session with Lenire? Now, in order to answer that question, I probably should just spend a minute or two describing what Lenire is in the first place. Lenire is a device that rapidly accelerates the rate at which someone habituates to tinnitus, finds relief from tinnitus. Um, Suffice it to say, it is quite successful. It's not a guarantee slam dunk for anyone, but audiologists all across the country are having a tremendous amount of success with it, us included at Aberdeen Audiology. And the research backs it up. This isn't by accident. It's really helping people, and it's kind of exciting to have this device after a number of years of sort of treading water in the tinnitus space. We really have something we can do to really help people. So at any rate, what you do during a session, or how you utilize the device, is you're wearing headphones, and they provide some acoustic stimulation. It's sort of a combination of music, environmental noise, some tones. At the same time, you have a tongue tip placed on your tongue from the device, and that provides some stimulation to your tongue tip. Now, in this video, we're trying to keep this short and sweet and to the point, so I can't really get into, the neurology and the neurophysiology and the neuroscience behind how it works. That's probably for another video, but that's essentially what you're doing. And you have that tongue tip on and you have the headphones on. You can do it for one session a day for 60 minutes or two 30-minute sessions a day, whichever fits into your lifestyle better. And what works best, to do during these sessions are things that relax your system, relax your brain, calm things down, slow things down. So, in an ideal world, maybe you'd grab yourself a chair like I have back there here in my home office, and just a place to be comfortable. It doesn't have to be something like that, but something that you're fairly comfortable in. And basically, you're just going to sit quietly and use the device. There's, if you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know that I can just sit there. There are a few things you can do. One is you can read. So if you have a book that you're finding interesting / relaxing, that would be a good one. I might not recommend like a murder mystery or a current events book, something that will get your system kind of hyped up. I would not suggest something like that. Something that you find calm and relaxing and interesting, and just a good, calm, fun read. That's one option. Another option is to do some breathing exercises. And these breathing exercises, again, everything we do, there's research behind it. And so there's research that shows that these breathing exercises have a calming effect on your system, on your brain. And so one of them is what we call box breathing. Box breathing has been around for a long time. Depending upon what you read, Navy SEALs use it to keep calm when times are tough. And so what you do is the box comes from the cycle that you go through when you're breathing. So you inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, a count of 4. You hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, hold that for a count of 4. Then inhale for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, exhale for 4, hold it for 4. And you just sort of keep repeating that over and over again. It does relax and calm the system. You can also do what's called a physiological sigh. There's also a lot of good research behind this in terms of something that reduces anxiety and stress. And so that is something where you inhale fully through your nose, Inhale fully, whatever a full breath is for you, and then pause for just a second, but then take another inhale. And then pause for a second and just exhale it all out. So it's sort of something like this. Something like that. Doing that over and over again also calms the system. It's just something that sort of tells our brain, hey, there's no threats right now. There's no reason to be excited. When you have the ability to take slow, deep breaths, such as with box breathing or the physiological sigh, you're telling the brain, there's nothing exciting going on right now. There's nothing dangerous going on right now. There's no reason to be on alert. We can just kind of calmly relax. And so you're kind of, helping your brain get into that relaxed state. And when the brain is in that relaxed state, it's more receptive to what Lenire is doing. And really, you can do those breathing exercises anytime you want, not just when you're doing Lenire, but they're quite helpful. You can also, again, you can just sort of do nothing. I mean, some folks find it really calming to just sit, just listen, and just feel the stimulation and really not do much of anything else. But basically, I think you see the thread here. Things that calm the system, things that tell your system not to be on high alert, things that are relaxing are things that you should do in a Lenire session. Now, we should probably spend a few minutes and talk about what you should definitely not do during a Lenire session. And some of them you might be able to predict already based upon what I've talked about. One thing is no scrolling. We don't want people scrolling on their devices during a Lenire session. Mountains of research shows that as you're scrolling on a tablet, scrolling on a phone, scrolling on your computer, it kind of gets the brain in that on alert state. And we don't want the brain in that alert state. We want it calm, cool, and collected, as they say. And so no scrolling gets the brain going too fast. Exercise is wonderful for tinnitus. We highly endorse it. But you shouldn't really exercise in a Lenire session. So again, exercise kind of excites the brain in a good way, not the high alert kind of way, but in a good way. But nevertheless, that heightened state is not great for Lenire being able to have an effect in that session. So we would say don't exercise. Exercise some other time though. We highly endorse exercise for tinnitus. Don't sleep. It can be, for some folks, a Lenire session can maybe a dash too relaxing and they might fall asleep. So maybe don't get a chair as comfortable as that one back there, but something that's comfortable to sit in for the session, but not so comfortable that you're going to fall asleep. If you're sleeping using Lenire, again, your brain it might not be in that alert state, but it's not in a state where it's going to receive the full effects of the stimulation during that session. You also should not be really much out in public, certainly not driving during the sessions. And that's mainly just because you're not as aware of your surroundings as you should be. These headphones are very comfortable, but they keep outside noises out. And so if you're walking in public, driving a car, you're not going to be aware of your surroundings, and it's not a terribly safe thing to do. But look at it as an opportunity to sit quietly and relax. That's the opportunity there. Every audiologist has a story who works with Lenire has a story of a patient who continues to do Lenire sessions, even though they aren't really bothered much by tinnitus anymore. They just find the sessions relaxing and want to continue to do them, which is fine. There's no harm in that whatsoever. So look at it as an opportunity to slow down, relax, and get some calming time to yourself and use the time wisely. So hopefully you found this little video helpful. Explains a little bit about what you might do in some of those sessions. We can work with people to help them sort of develop routines that are more likely to make Lenire effective. But it's a very helpful device. We're having a lot of luck with a lot of folks. So if you have any questions about Lenire, tinnitus in general, hearing, auditory processing, balance, send us an email, give us a phone call. We'd love to help. And thank you for listening and watching this far. Bye-bye.